Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is probably the most bad faith video, debate, argument I have ever seen in my life. Genuinely, seeing the clips online, I was like, wow, I just had to check it out. It was so bad. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, on YouTube, there is a channel called Whatever Podcast, and they have guests on to have debate and argument and back and forth. And what I saw genuinely left me speechless. But before we get into today's video, it would be massively appreciated if you drop a like on the video. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's get into it.
I just don't think it's morally correct to say you do not deserve rights unless you can
Great. What do
physically
you
fight
base
for
your
them.
morality on?
I base my morality on like basic concepts of ethics, Kantian morality, Rousseau's philosophy of ethics. I think that
So Kantian ethics, you're a universalist ethicist, you're a deontologist?
no, I wouldn't say. Honestly, I feel like neither consequentialism nor deontology.
To be honest, right, like as someone that's not religious, obviously you can't really have any like real foundation to be able to make any moral claims. At the end of the day, the best argument you can actually make is like everyone come to a consensus or what's good for everyone or what's good for most people, and then obviously from there you can start to actually like make decisions whether or not you make it into law or make it out. It's not necessarily considered into law or not. As someone that's obviously religious, you can say, oh, God said so. But her, she can't really do that, like, because obviously she is not someone that's religious. The question is asking is kind of bad faith, right? All she has to say is just what people agree on, what most people agree on. I mean, if you agree with it, it doesn't really matter or not. This is what most people agree on. That's what democracy is for. So regardless, you still have to live with it. That's what she should have said. She shouldn't have gone into like this philosophical, like, it's not going to end well.
Ethics like fully encapsulate.
So you're a threshold deontologist?
I don't know. I think there's merit to both arguments.
Okay, so what do you
But
base
if
your
we would
morality
like
on?
to- I think I base my morality on physically how you are impacting other people. If you are hurting
That would be
others,
consequences.
Sure, but intent does play kind of a part in consequences.
That would be consequences as well. So if I have the intent to do good things and bad things happen to you, you'd say I shouldn't be doing those good things to you, right?
No, that's why I'm saying I think that there's a gray area between consequentialism and deontological.
So threshold deontology. So,
Sure.
Okay, great. So you're a threshold deontologist. Can you tell me what you base that on other than your own personal perspective?
Do you not believe that it's immoral?
It's not
to
my
hurt
It's such a bad faith to ask that question. Why would you ever ask that question? It makes no. She's already giving you what it is already. She's already given it to you. You ask what is it based on. She said deontology, right? What it is, or like consequentialism. Okay, this thing is good because it provides like best outcome or the consequences it gives everyone. And they're asking, yeah, but what do you base your consequentialism? It's like, what are you talking about? Basically, what most people agree to that it benefits everyone. That basically is the consequentialism. That's where it's coming from.
turn to answer questions. Your turn for the internal critique.
Do you not believe? I believe it's immoral to hurt other people. It is inherently wrong to hurt others. And
What makes it inherently wrong?
well, hurting other people is not. You think that's good?
That's just you making the claim and then it's called question begging. It's a question begging fallacy. When
You're question
When
begging.
I say,
You continue to add
do you even know
questions
what question begging means? What does it mean?
Oh my God!
What does it
Andrew.
mean?
You're trying to catch
It's so bad faith, genuinely. Like, it's like, can you have a reasonable discussion? Genuinely.
me in a logical
What does
fallacy.
it
by
mean?
Yeah.
I'm answering. You're trying to catch me in a logical fallacy.
That's
by
not
asking me
answering.
to
What does it mean?
question begging. You're trying to catch
what
your
does
opponent.
it mean? It doesn't mean you're trying to catch your opponent. That's not what question begging
Just
means.
let us speak.
Will you let me finish?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it mean?
You're trying to catch your opponent in a logical fallacy by asking them questions that inherently create a dissonance.
What the fuck are you talking about? That is not what the question begging fallacy.
No, that's not what question begging fallacy is. Question begging fallacy is basically assuming the truth inside your statement already. Like, you're begging the question. You're already assuming your statement is true before actually making an argument that it is true.
is.
So then how do you define it?
It's not a definitional thing. It's a fallacious thing. When I ask you, is this
is a
inherent? You
definitional
say, listen, it's
He's not gonna
inherent
define
because
it.
it's inherent. It's inherent because it's inherent.
That's not what I said.
Great. What makes it inherent? What makes your morals inherent? What makes not hurting somebody else being bad inherent?
You don't think that hurting other people
That's
is bad?
asking me a question, not answering it. What makes hurting other people bad inherent?
Inherently, you are denying them the right to their bodily autonomy.
Yeah, but what makes that bad?
It's bad because it's hurting them. Hurting
Yeah,
someone
but
is
what
physically
makes
bad.
that?
Oh my God. The problem with what he's doing right now is no matter the answer she gives, it can always ask, okay, why is that? Why is hurting people bad? Because it hurts the feelings. Why is hurting people's feelings bad? Because it doesn't make them happy. Why is making people not happy? Why is that bad? Because it destroys the opportunity for them to be able to be successful. Yeah, why is making people not successful? Why is that bad? It can always track back whatever she says. That's why from earlier, what she should have said is, people have things they want to fulfill. Things that they want to fulfill require certain actions, and certain actions can obviously it can cause you not to be able to achieve that kind of thing that you want to achieve. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, there are things that you want to achieve, but certain action stops you from achieving that thing. So therefore, we come to a consensus on, okay, we want to achieve this. These are the things that we're allowed to do. These are the things we're not allowed to do, because they obviously obstruct other people's like intentions and what they want to do. From there, democratically we vote. That's what moral comes from. And if you disagree with it, it doesn't matter, because you still have to follow the law. There are multiple laws that multiple people disagree with. It doesn't matter. You still have to follow it. It doesn't have to be objective. No one cares, because we're talking about the practical effect of it. We're talking about the real world. That's what she should have said. But obviously now she's kind of trapped in a loophole where no matter her answer, he can always ask her, yeah, but why is that the case? Yeah, but why is that the case?
Bad.
But he's so bad faith. This is genuinely the most bad faith argument ever.
You don't think that hurting something
That's
is
asking me a question, not answering it.
It's bad because it's immoral.
It's bad because it's bad. Now you have done a circular, fallacious argument.
Sure.
What is bad? This thing over here that's bad. What makes it bad? The fact that it's bad. Why is it bad? Because it's bad? Is that why it's bad?
sound like a
Is
cat
it
in a
bad
hat.
because it's bad because it's bad?
It is inherently wrong to hurt other people.
Yeah, what makes it inherently wrong to hurt other people?
It is inherently wrong to hurt other people because you are denying them their free will. You are causing them physical pain, and you are participating in
No, she still doesn't understand the problem of her argument. The thing is, he's right, but he's not right because he's been good faith. She's like, she needs to make a better foundation argument for this. Like, hey, there is no objective foundation for badness or goodness. As someone that's not religious, right? You can't really make the argument of objective wrongness. You really can't. Like, you can always ask her, like, why is that bad? Okay, why is this bad? Why is this bad? You can always do it. So just say, hey, it doesn't matter if it's fact or not. What is that multiple people agree to this, that this is bad, and if you do it, regardless, people will look at you in a certain way. That's it. That's what she needs to say.
exacerbating in suffrage
Yeah,
and
what,
suffering.
what makes that bad, though?
You don't think that causing other
That's
people to suffer
asking
is
me
bad.
a question. Asking me what makes it bad doesn't describe for me what makes it bad.
Hurting someone is bad
Because,
because you are denying them their right
yeah,
to
but
free
what
will
makes that part bad?
and perpetuating
Yeah,
suffering.
but what makes that part bad?
You don't think that suffering is bad.
No, that has nothing to do with what I think.
It does have
Here's
everything to do with what
here's
you-
how this
you think.
conversation is
Oh
going.
my
Just so
God, this guy is ridiculous. Honestly, he's unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable.
you know,
Sure.
I'm like, is eating candy bars bad? And you're like, it's bad. I say, what makes eating candy bars bad? And you
It's
say, well,
unhealthy.
because it's unhealthy for you. And I say, but why is being unhealthy bad? And you say, because eating candy bars is bad.
You are causing physical harm.
Okay,
You
so
are disrupting society.
so eating a donut is immoral?
I'm not talking about candy bars anymore.
Is eating a
I'm talking about
donut
your
immoral?
initial
Is eating a
statement.
donut immoral?
No, because you're not causing a physical harm
You're
to anyone
causing
else.
physical harm.
To someone else. It is an exercise
So
of
is
your free
making
will.
donuts immoral?
No.
But even if people are going to eat them and it causes them harm?
But eating one donut is not going to cause someone physical harm.
Yeah, but if
you
there's
eat a donut in excess, then that causes someone physical harm. But that is not something that you are policing. If you make donuts
So-
and then force someone to buy and eat 10
Got it.
donuts in front of you, then that
Okay.
would be causing a physical harm.
When you say the word inherently, what you mean is something which is like based inside the human experience? What do you mean by inherently?
I mean, on an instinctual level, does it not?
No, you can't say instinctual. Like, come on. She like anyone that's good faith, anyone that's actually reasonable, that isn't going there to embarrass their opponent, right? They will understand where she's coming from, right? But this guy, oh my God.
Hurt someone to cause harm. Although, of course, there are people
I'm just
who
asking
are
what do
sociopaths
you
and
mean
don't
by
feel that.
inherently?
I mean inherently as in on a very basic, it is a fact, inherent fact.
Inherently, it means it's a fact.
I'm just saying inherently as in it is implicit throughout every culture. Well, not every culture, but like it's implicit.
Okay, inherently means implicit. So it means always, like always something. It's inherent. It's like always this thing. Is that what that means?
I'm getting confused. What the fuck is that?
Oh my god. Even I'm getting confused. Our argument. Oh my god.
I'm asking you what inherently means.
Why don't we just Google it? Why I'm not married.
I'm actually okay with you if you want to
Yeah,
Google
can
the
we Google
definition
it?
of inherent.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Brian can pull it up. I'm not trying to get a got you on the definition.
Yes,
I just
you
want
are.
the definition.
Yes, absolutely. You are trying to get like every single thing that he has said it's a gotcha.
Okay, yeah, then let's pull it up.
Existing in something as a permanent, essential, or
Like always.
characteristic.
That's what I said.
attribute.
I said always.
So I just want to make sure. Hang on. Existing. Read the rest of it.
There's a few others. Do you want
Just the first
Just
one's
the first
fine.
one.
Okay, existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute.
So it is a permanent attribute from your view that hurting somebody else is bad.
Yes.
Why?
Because you are causing them physical harm, which is a disruption to social order.
Why is that bad though?
She still hasn't clocked what's going on. Oh my god. This is crazy. Oh my, he's just gonna, like I said, he's just gonna keep playing that card. Yeah, but why is that bad? It's so obvious what he's trying to do here. The thing is, right, there is no answer to this question. The question is asking, there is no answer to this question. It isn't because it's a stupid argument, and it isn't because it's like very, very stupid for someone to hold the argument. It's because logically it makes no sense, because she's like making an argument from like human preferences. You can't make a human preference argument and then try to make it like it's objectively true. You just can't. It will always ask you, yeah, but why is that one bad? And then why is that bad? Why is that bad? But anyone that's reasonable, able to clock that and come to like a reasonable conclusion. Okay, let's start from things that hurt people. Let's start from things that obviously restricts people's ability to be able to make choices. Then from there, we'll then go to, okay, these are things that are bad or not. But he is so bad faith that he's absolutely pressing on it.
Because you would have no social order, you would not be able to progress as a society, and physical harm is painful. You are causing someone pain. It is bad to cause someone pain.
Yeah.
I think that's an
But you
inherent
just
fact.
do you understand like what you keep saying is it's bad because it's bad.
Well, it's causing a
because it's
negative.
bad because it's bad.
You are taking something away from someone, which is their physical, like, just capability. and
So if
existence.
it were the case
Yes.
that most of society believed that enslavement was fine because it was inherent that some people were allowed to own other people, would that be bad?
But that's not an inherent truth.
Well, what makes physically hurting someone else an inherent truth?
Physically hurting someone else is an inherent truth because
Regardless of what she's about to say, you can't make the argument. But I can't believe what I'm watching.
you are denying them bodily autonomy and the ability to control what happens to their body, and you are causing a net negative to that person.
Yeah, but you haven't actually told me why that part of that is bad, though.
Causing a net negative to others is bad on every single moral. Like, as a Christian, you should know why hurting other people is bad.
I know why Christians think so. I don't know why you think so.
I think so because, again, you're robbing them of their bodily autonomy.
Yeah, but you don't tell me why that's actually bad. So you start, this is what makes it question begging. You start with the assumption as the conclusion. You start with the premise as a conclusion. Hurting people is bad because it's bad to hurt people.
Yes.
That's your position?
No, I'm saying hurting people is bad because you are robbing them of their physical autonomy and you are.
No, you see, he's actually wrong here. It's saying question, that's not question begging. That's just a circular argument.
Creating a net negative to another person.
So if you could hurt people collectively in some way and it causes good outcomes, would that be bad?
Yes.
Well, then you just negated.
No, wait, hold on. Now, he's begging the question there. Now, if you say, hey, we're hurting people, which is bad, but it will get good outcomes from it, that makes no sense. You can't say bad. You can't possibly say you're doing a bad thing. If you accept killing people is bad, you can't possibly expect a good outcome from it then. It already is bad regardless. You can't possibly, it is good then. Now he's begging the question. He's making a fallacy now.
What makes it bad?
Well, that's because I'm not a consequentialist.
Then why are you making the claim that this is bad if even the good results are still bad?
But it's not a good result if you are hurting people at a net negative. If it is a net negative, then it is not good. If hurting people is a universal net negative to those people,
Yeah.
and the more people you hurt, the more negative it is,
Yeah.
then hurting people in that instance is also bad.
What makes it a net negative, though?
Physically harming someone is negative to them. You are causing pain, which is a negative to them.
Okay, and do you agree that there's some groups who maybe have negative outlooks that you need to cause pain to?
If they are hurting other people and the negative of those people is outweighing the negative of hurting them, then potentially.
What if they
you have
just
hurt a
refuse to
serial killer-
comply?
But that's why, like, going back to the force theory, that's why force is used in some situations to control others.
This is this is not a good look for either side. Either side, this is not a good look for either side. I'll be real, right? He's so bad faith, it's unbelievable. And she clearly is making an argument where she doesn't really have like a solid foundation to build from. It's so bad. Genuinely, I can't believe what I just watched. This is so bad from both sides. But that's just my thoughts on it. If you enjoyed the video, it would be massively appreciated if you drop a like. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe.